so close on the motorway one. Do I want to burn time on the Insulindian Miracle? I don't know. Kind of a poem. That does not sound like the Harry we're playing. Okay. Try that volition check one more time. There was something else I want to do back in town that occurred to me while we were talking to her, and I already forgot what it was. Tempted to burn drugs on it, but that's our next point. Alright, yeah. So I think on my last playthrough, I passed the drama roll, but never the volition roll. Alright, no, equip first, then we'll save. So it was this. That was the drama shirt. We can keep that on. Oh, it's Kim in the background phasing through me. I was like, what the heck? We didn't have any volition clothes. Okay.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here?
Soft,
Got it.
light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. I have bad news for you.
What?
You know these guys? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too. Me? What did I do? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore.
I knew something was off.
I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part.
Which ones exactly are affected?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all of them. Bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here. No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol Ziggy. Really? Quick. Tell me what's under her jumpsuit. Glory. Truth.
Oh, yeah.
Protect her. She wants you.
He's broken. How'd this happen?
How it always does. Through subtlety.
What can I do?
There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do.
Can't you turn them normal again?
No.
What use is this then?
It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not?
Does this mean she's been lying to me?
I think it's safe to assume, yes. Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up. If he
Yeah,
were,
because we blew the drama roll earlier.
appears to her truthfulness. Like this, no, he's not going to show up. I'm sorry, your lie detection isn't working. It's not her doing. He's just totally inept. It looks like you're also an idiot. But that's not her fault.
What is her plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one who usually does says, nothing? Someone else was supposed to chime in, weren't they? And then they didn't. Just me swooshing around in here now. Swoosh.
Thanks, buddy.
Huh? No, Mr. Conclusion. You're always kind of limited in your analytical abilities. That's not her fault. But still.
Been talking to myself long enough. Let's get back to it.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
Miss, are you manipulating me?
The silence broken. She exhales a little cloud of smoke and says,
God, no.
Oh, we can re-roll it, but
who?
I did not expect that either.
Dear God, you've been lied to.
But I think this lets us get into the buoy.
And lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and willow-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she?
At least with all the lucky rolls we'd be getting were interesting ones.
Entangles you in her web of lies.
I was satisfied to just let that ride.
Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first. See?
Your real name isn't Claudia. I'm on, dude.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garrote around her neck. Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
I knew it.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
He looks at her hands. Her fingernails are chipped white.
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of whatever narcotics she's been taking is wearing off.
Was the passport bullshit too? That passport you keep hidden?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Claudia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
Where is this buoy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless.
What's the boardwalk in the reeds? We have to check this buoy out.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline.
Yeah, I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. Tell me your real name.
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so.
I mean, Glasia is an acronym for Katarzyna Alazie.
Wait, college is an abbreviation of Katarzyna?
It was a sentimental thing. I wanted to be more me here, this time. So I used my nickname.
A nickname? Who gave you this nickname, Glasia?
Who gave it to you?
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago.
I'll keep calling you Clausia.
That's cool.
She looks at the ashtray, then up at you. You're probably not even Miss Oranje 37, are you?
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Yes, they can, for lying.
Enough of this.
She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next. Ready for the damage. She knows you're grilling her.
Devil woman.
What?
Her nails tap on the steel railing nervously. The sound of cold metal ringing under the wind.
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say, devil woman.
You know, I think you did make the call to the station.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint.
Oh yeah, Alice works for the 57th, not the
Anyone
41st.
could know that, sire.
Thank
By looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
Alright. What if I told you you're under arrest, Kalasha?
Clausia.
She repeats with a pained smile on her face, her back pressed against the railing.
It was my first real boyfriend who gave me that name. He never recovered from the shit we went through. Because of me.
Who was he?
He was a writer. He made Lit. And I destroyed him.
She looks you in the eye, her mouth quivering.
I know I'm shit. I know. But I haven't done anything. At least nothing illegal.
Failure to aid a police investigation. Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
Failure to aid a police officer. You've wasted our time in a time-critical investigation.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Welcome, Elaine.
Please no.
Her eyes become round with fear. She tries to back further off.
But there's nowhere to go. A two-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before. Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I hate to say it, but this Harry would go forward with the arrest.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She knows something.
What do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says,
Ruby.
Why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
what she's saying is, sex.
Sex?
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run.
Whoopsie.
She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she's romantically interested in you?
He still has the cuffs in his hand.
she said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
Oh, that's a little parasocial.
And you led her on?
Lieutenant narrows his eyes.
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
She looks at her feet. Feels like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
That is a little strange. People don't usually keep things together under stress like that.
When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a...
Yeah, this angle we got. We never got the volition
I've
check
been
last
threatened
time.
before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
She looks through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
How could she have killed him?
You said there was a secret route there, right?
She points to the door that leads to the pinball workshop.
She could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Interesting theory.
Exactly, we were supposed to get this information out of her before we did the Hardy talk.
With her?
Because it plays more into the whole, did she never left for a piss?
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when,
The young woman falls silent. Her mouth moves without a sound. What is it?
The peephole. My bed is right next to... She would have seen us.
She's forgotten her cigarette in the
You
ashtray.
mean to suggest she made it?
No. No. Why would she do that to herself? No, I just remembered you told me about it, and...
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there. Don't let your imagination run wild here, sire. Keep it on track.
Okay, that's it for Ruby.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now. Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there. Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off.
Okay, I listened to it.
Ruby theory was so...
Cop would listen to authority, so...
She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Who?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
That's all good, but I think we should still take you in, just in case.
Still? After all this, sir, please. It's a shitty world, and I know I'm shitty too. I know.
Her hand turns into a fist, slowly, crushing the cigarette she's still holding.
But I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and ground into paste just because I disturbed the sanctity of accounting. That's some multinational...
She's gearing up for a last stand. This is it.
What do you deserve, then?
I don't know. To spend my days with smoke, and drink and dance, wallowing in shit. Just like everyone else.
What other option do I have?
You have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive. You can write me one. You don't have to take me in right now. I promise I won't go out anymore at night. I'll be right here. I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own. In 2 months, or maybe even 1 month. That's all I need.
You do have the form.
He looks at your ledger.
That's it. I'm calling it. Kim is beyond compromised. Definitely, sire.
What will it change in 2 months? Or 1 month? Yeah, I backed off earlier
Change.
last time.
This city, the extradition rules, the people after
She's
me.
right about things changing, though.
Or maybe Ravishol.
She falls silent.
Maybe Ravishol could be free. I could be tried in a free Ravishol. An independent state that doesn't hand its detainees over to the moral intern.
A free Revachol. There is a low, distant rumble on the motor tracks. A great machine shaking the pillars down south. Electricity runs up your spine.
I find that hard to believe, miss.
The handcuffs jingle in his hand. What was that feeling?
It's coming.
I do like the sound of that. Another Rebishal. Free. Independent.
The world can change. It's changed before.
Her round, light brown eyes are shining with tears.
Her political overture has succeeded, we see. This was her last card. There is nothing more she can say. The final decision is yours. You alone stand on the throne of your mind.
Alright.
She looks at you in silence, her face filled with fear, lips parted.
Let's write you a station call, Kalasha. If you miss it, I can't help you anymore.
I won't.
She takes the slip, shaking visibly. Then she collects herself.
This may have been a grave mistake, sire. Maybe, maybe not. Mercy is rarely a complete mistake.
I promise I will be right here all the time, nights too. I'll help you any way I can in this investigation, and I will be...
Oh yeah. If you decide not to arrest her, she pieces out a lot more quickly. That's what happened. All right, let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
It's a long shot, but I'll take it.
Nothing happens. There is a mass of droplets above the planetary body, colorless, merging into one another. The sky is low and cold. You hear
I kind of want to try for that one again, though.
connections.
Because the shiver stuff is always so good.
So,
So,
officer, what were we talking about? In the final hours of this twilight world?
let's return to this later. Alright, that'll be the thought.
Motorway south. The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild pale yonder, for an unimaginable distance, forgetting, until you can no longer remember anything. No cities, no mountains, no oceans, and finally, no vector. Nothing remains. A blank space with no point.
I should grab another drink. Well, we're almost up on a break anyway.
Motion is possible. The motion of a human throat, swallowing, and then it comes to you. To reach the end of the motorway south is to be unborn. You've had this thought before, while aimlessly wandering the streets of Jamrock. A lost piece of the man you were. A dark hope.
Extra Inland Empire. Okay. Okay, so we got... Oh, I have 3... No, I have 2 points. You were going to ditch Superstar. And replace it with... regular cop. Where is it? Regular law official. There it is. Okay, oh, that dropped my suggestion cap, too. I don't think it shaved off any points I already had, but yeah. I thought I was going to pump more points to do it anyway. There was shivers we needed for, Oh! I didn't need to spend the point to... Yeah, the points were just to unlock the slot, so we do have an extra point. Alright, we'll go for it. Drop one in Shivers. Shivers clothing. Anything pulling from Shivers? Don't think so, okay. That might be it, but that's like 3 or 4 points extra, so... Here goes nothing.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
A warm column of air
Fantastic.
around you, encircling the building.
I don't think I've ever gotten this.
You feel its twisting shape, bits of paper and birds on the thermal, along with several million liters of
Although my shivers were pretty high last time, so if we got the option, I probably would have gotten it.
in Celindian sky.
Alright, we'll come back to that. I'd rather run the break and not interrupt the rest of it, so 3-minute break to kill pre-rolls for people, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's ride this pony. Why does it rise? Let's tab back in. There we go.
Because it's warm, From the gathering spring, from the oceanic current flowing into the bay, the people on the streets, and the machines that hum in the harbor. Heavy fuel oils, too.
Do a little shudder.
From the vapor, a great cumulus is formed, a cloud castle 1,000 meters high. A flock of seagulls screams, hitchhiking on the thermal. They too are part of the procession, the honor watch.
For whom?
For her, the guest, waiting.
Is she safe here?
As safe as you keep her.
What is she waiting for?
For Gloria. Soon these clouds will all fall down as rain. Spring will come. 2 more months, maybe less. It's time.
Miss, what are you waiting for?
You mean here in Martinez?
She takes a drag, slow and long. I'll nod.
I'm waiting for the miracle to happen. It'll take one to get me out of the mess I'm in.
And what would that miracle be?
The return, of course. Now, I know I'm not from around here. I would only be hitchhiking. The return is a big hit in the industrial espionage circles. A lot of desperate, seedy types there. All screwed in this unipolar world.
What is the return?
Don't you know, sir? I thought you were from around here. You look like Mr. Revachol.
Humor me.
The return, well, it's part urban myth, part political science. It's a fool's hope, sir, and it's also all I've got. They say there will be an event, that it will happen somewhere here.
Oh, really? She looks around, then at the sky.
In Revachol. Revachol West. They say it will happen soon, and that it will change everything.
Someone's gonna get raptured.
Le retour.
The lieutenant says, his forehead furrowed. He puts his notes down. Some political event? How do you know this?
As I said, there's talk. In the competitive intelligence crowd, a lot of people, like me, we need a new color on the map. It's all blue, you see, and that blue doesn't like us.
Okay. You came all this way because of a rumor?
No, I came all this way on a false passport and some money. To hide, mostly. In the most volatile part of the Real Belt, where it's easiest to disappear.
That's fair.
Where the walls are still porous and you can slip through. This is just something to get me through the night, you know? A little espérance.
Return of what exactly?
Of the king, of the nation, of communism, return on investment. I don't
I
know.
love that it plays into every possible
It's
political
most
angle you can go
as
down.
promises generally are. But at the same time, I mean, things can't go on like this forever. Something will give. It
Always does. How soon will it happen?
Soon. But it's been soon for almost half a century now, so don't hold your breath.
Oh, return is a synonym for revolution. Yeah, duh.
No need to worry, Lieutenant. I'm sure the streets
Sort
will
of.
not erupt in seditious violence just yet.
These streets? I'm not so sure, miss.
That's why you said you would like to surrender in a free Revachol?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Thank you. One last question. You really think it'll happen?
I do.
I mean, this Harry probably thinks of it happening more in a, nationalistic glory thing than like a throwing off the shackles thing, but so do
I
I.
agree, detective. Something is coming. Trouble. It will be a hard spring. I don't know what exactly, but
Yeah. Odd that I did not know about this part when I chose to play this again. Oh, he shakes his head.
Something is happening in this city. I can feel it when I'm out here at night.
Her thought trails off. The wind picks up again. Above her, a great cumulus cloud rises, ready to fall down as precipitation. April will come, then May. A month, maybe 2 from
Powerful
now.
month.
You shudder. The feeling dissipates. the thought ends.
Let's return to this later. Alright. Alright, suit me back up. I don't think I'll be doing any more clothes changing for the rest of this. I think we're good. Yeah. I'm out the window. I'll do that every damn time. Alright, let's go to the buoy first, then we'll follow up on Ruby. In this house, we close the doors. And then try to remember that you have to activate the stairs.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours?
Yeah, and?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
What do you mean?
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
Footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit with the Odd Souls prints in the crime scene.
No, they didn't.
So far, no one has mentioned hearing the shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you.
Bullet was jacketed. They don't just fly around everywhere, do they?
Good point. It is rather rare these days. But do continue.
Turned out the bullet was an antique.
True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it.
Well, the bullet didn't have to come from the roof. Could have come from anywhere on the coast.
Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window.
What am I thinking about this?
That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now, you know that. Free as a bird on that roof, lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me?
So buoy first. We actually, I forgot we even got a quest for that, so that's good. Following that thought. I know it's not a long one, it's like an hour and something, right? Yeah, we're already 16% there. Okay. I think it was on the lower-ish bit part of the coast. Again, we definitely found it before. Glad I went back for all that. I just remember how far up the coast it was. There it is. The movie class you told you about?
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer...
That over there must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Yes,
Take a look.
spindly extremities have been here. Snap the cords keeping the boy in place. A little longer, and it will be floating somewhere out in the open sea.
What?
Moves across the water, leaving no traces. You're cold again, as always.
What?
Moves across the water, leaving no traces.
Same. Okay.
You're cold again, as always.
Yeah, but who or what is this?
Splendor.
We're lucky it's still here. A little longer it would have floated away.
Indeed. Let's see what's inside.
Let's check it out.
It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom really have been torn or cut. You lift it out of the water easily, noticing how light it is.
Check out the ball.
Number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Could suffocate a child like a Pokeball from Burger King.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Let's get a whiff of it.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner, actually. Smells a little salty.
Crack it open.
Glasses worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well, damn.
No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
This is minor quirk. We know it was in the buoy anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Maybe Clashy took them herself.
That may very well be the case. We should keep an eye on her. Nothing more for us to do here. Let's go.
Sweet. Alright. See if we can confront her about it. And I swear we'll do the Ruby stuff after that. Honestly, there's not much left to do besides that, so... I'll take one last shot with the non-Kuno kids, too. To see if I needed to talk to one of them to get a lead on Kuno regarding the locusts.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Any bad people?
Nothing questioning.
Then we're definitely doing it.
Alright.
Hello, mister. Bye.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing on those lines. We'll try a net. I'm pretty sure the club crew doesn't count as kids for regarding the suggestion of asking them about the traps. Let's see, a bookstore.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more book?
Nope. Alright, yeah, if Kuno hasn't decided to open up about it at this point, that's pretty much done.
Kuno saw you wheeled that can. Sweet graffito action pig. Kuno likes
Oh.
that delinquent shit.
Always better the bone, Kuno. Rotten to the core.
Kuno's part is. You're just shit at life. Now what's your case with Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Kuno doesn't.
Okay. Alright, Locust Avenue's done. One last potential collage or confrontation. There's no quest for telling her about it, but sometimes it doesn't matter. I don't want to hit up Leo for any other information as a time killer. I don't think we talked to him about everybody. So remember I interrupted it earlier because I was save some time.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here?
Okay, well,
then?
you can't talk about it. Found your buoy. It's empty. Just seawater.
Oh,
Did you take the documents?
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
Fire this under the theft of some kind.
Thank you, but actually, now that I think about it, you mentioned seawater. I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch mechanism. The documents were probably just washed away.
Why do I feel like you've won here?
I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit, sir. All the time.
But this turned out well for you. You've slipped past all suspicions.
Clearly, I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we? How well could it have gone? I mean,
She looks around.
The wet wind, heavy with brine and industrial pollution from the stacks nearby, ruffles her hair.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility.
What are you contained for then?
For my sins, of course. The long-standing sins of a bad, frivolous person.
Isn't she like the
For
28?
destroying my first love. For working for bad people. The list goes on and on.
This turned out well enough for you. You somehow managed not to become a suspect.
Did I? Why do I still feel suspicion hanging over me then? What I managed was to get him killed. I understand that.
The lieutenant looks away, over the railing.
Something seems off with this theory I've developed about Ruby.
I don't know what to say.
It all seems fortuitous. For you.
None of this is fortuitous for me.
Dried flowers on the roof. Could Ruby have left them? These don't fit with anything.
The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know, sir. I said I have no idea what to make of them. Honestly, I think they're just trash. I mean, there's no reason for me to think they're somehow connected to her.
That's it then, I guess.
She nods, slowly, carefully even. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
All those lies.
I...
She repeats and trails off. It's unclear what she intended to say.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us.
Okay, now just
She
changing that.
slowly lights another cigarette.
I think we're good then. Okay, so Leo to kill time, maybe finish his last thought. Pretty sure Leo's the only dangling thread. I think there's a couple things we could talk to the big guy, though, the right to work guy, but I never remember his name either. Last check-in with Manana because it's been a minute.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility.
Like you do.
They're sort of like you. preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighborhood vigilantes?
There's only one law, friend, and that's me.
Why not? Must be nice being something else for a change. The rest of us are just folks.
Okay. Oh, it was Volition to do the filing cabinet too. We might as well give it a shot while we're here.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it.
That's not me.
However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at the
It
note.
appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling.
Oh, this is how you get the special borscht.
Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, to-do note with a list of errands for Everard.
One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood? Remember, Leo, all items on the list. The drawer
Okay.
slides shut.
Oh, maybe with some borscht. By Leo. Who did we give that to then in the first playthrough? Get some last minute shreds of experience, I guess. I might see if Everard has any last minute
Oh, hey, mister.
discussions
I'm not
about
gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we
Joyce.
talked about before. I know you're probably a busy...
You know
Mr.
everyone. Okay,
Everard
here we go.
doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Tell me about Manana.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everard sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody...
Chief Morale Officer, clearly.
I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times like these.
Tell me about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't...
That's cool. Nobody does.
My mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Huh, I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
Kind of sad they don't give you the option to follow up on that. Like, you just get a little more hit. What happened? Huh. Tell me about the guy in the container.
Who do you mean, mister?
He's rubbing his nape and looking at you with childlike innocence. Fancy guy in a suit. That container over there.
I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everett's fancy friends. He knows all kinds of fancy people with suits and purdy carriages.
Leo falls silent. Tell me about Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with...
Raised by
saltwater, I
fishermen,
tell
like
you.
Jason Bourne.
Nice, friendly sort old Titus is.
Tell me about Everard.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
If anything, the ever-present smile on Leo's face gets even warmer. Tell me about Renee.
The night guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar fellow. He's the strong, silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down...
You know, that scanned that.
I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee.
He would know. Or he would be a human studies teacher.
They lived on the same street their entire lives.
Gaston,
Even
that's it.
dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember. Strange fellows. Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
Hold up. Gaston was your human studies teacher?
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then.
Mr. Martin, Gaston also taught history and human studies to the Clear brothers.
Huh.
Uh,
Well, you did mention
sure,
that, yeah.
mister. What can Leo do for you?
Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Little guy chuckles merrily.
It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Who's what?
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up. Who makes it at the brute whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
Okay. I was about to save there anyway, so autosave's gonna come in handy for once.
So, the ship has sailed. Did you see it?
Okay,
I
so he
know
did
you
notice.
did. Tell me, what did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon?
Oh.
There's a mean little light in his eyes.
Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
His tone is totally different now. The jolly man of the people is gone, and so is the smile.
He really does not like her. So, a little worried here in my review pros, but okay, we're good. Just leave it paused. His OBS wasn't saying anything was a problem. Alright.
His jaw is clenched, and his quadruple chin is quivering with hatred. This is decades of hatred speaking right now.
No, it looked like a boat sailing away from the coast. No need to be overly dramatic.
You wanted us to relay all this information to her.
Lieutenant cuts in.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade.
I didn't
They
actually.
absolutely hate getting their hands dirty with that. You can kill 1,000,000 people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
A vein on his forehead is pulsating. Now I know why you've been so forthcoming.
No, no, Harry. What we have is real. We're working men. This here is real.
Whatever this is. So this was your plan all along for me to relay this information to her.
Harry, I can't see into the future. We are all playing by ear on this planet. I had no idea she'd react so strongly.
But you did want me to relay the info to her.
I did. I knew the negotiations would go better with police officers telling her horror stories from inside the harbor. It's scarier this way. Turns out it was a magnificent strategy.
He's a
I
smart
never
little
thought it'd so
motherfucker.
fundamentally fuck her up.
I knew she left.
Harry, I bugged her cabin. I bugged her whole boat. I had cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cap. But my boys advised against it.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
So you've been listening to our conversations the whole time?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
The Hardy Boys?
Hell no. They fuck it up. They can't do anything right. I mean my real boys. My special task force boys.
Where are these boys?
This is Section 31.
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
You used me.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her. You could have kept it for yourself.
Use my intellectual curiosity against me.
Against you? Oh, Harry, I'd like to think I used it for you.
But she said she's insane, like me.
She's not insane. What did she tell you?
She told me she's overradiated from Pale Transit.
No, she's not. She's a sentimental alcoholic. They all are. Never take a drop and you'll be 8 laps ahead of those upper-class winos. Just like old Mr.
I'm
Clare.
a little late.
Try it. You'll be a real super detective.
Oh, fuck off. I don't drink more than anyone else.
See? This is what they want us to do. Suck on that sugar and wine teat until we're insane like they are. You gotta be...
This was running kind of parallel to Noid's talk about the wheat and the pigs.
And you've already lost for so long.
That's fair. Okay, but she told me a beautiful story about the discovery of the Insulinde.
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories. About all the interesting things they've done and seen.
Fuck.
All the beautiful places
Not incorrect.
they've been to. It's just sentimentalism. She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
So what's gonna happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour, and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone. Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
Look, I just want to do police work.
Yes, of course, Harry. That's why you went to her and relayed every little thing I told you. You knew something. Something big. And you wanted to see what happens when you tell someone.
Fucking
So
read
you
me like a
told her.
book.
Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you, inside information is the sweetest thing in the world. It's better than
I mean,
money.
your average cop is too
Better
dumb
than
to keep a
pussy.
secret.
Money only makes you special for
At
some.
least a secret that's not
Pussy
protecting
only
the
makes you special for yourself.
thin blue line, as it were.
Information makes you special for all mankind. It's the ticket to history.
Oh.
Right on, Harry. What you did was participate in history. When history calls, you have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
You know what, detective? I am going to leave this out of my reports, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
Just look at the three of us. The 3 careless boyaderos. Good times, good times.
So what the fuck now?
Now we let bygones be bygones because there's work to do. For me and for you. I suppose there was a reason you came here, so let's have it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
Look, my gun.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
You could say that. She tried to kill me.
I told you she was a piece of work, Harry, but I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again.
I'm looking into your shady brew.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
Alright. Let's go get that shady brew. I forget if we get to just hang on to it after we get it, or if we have to deliver it to somebody. Or maybe we talk to Leo about it one more time. I love how I basically just wiped out another hour. Well, at least half of one. God knows the ending takes freaking forever, too. The shooter is a real chatterbox, so... I will probably try to push through it today and then just crash out for the night, but... we shall see. Alright, see? Can't even, like, complete thoughts anymore. Caffeinated around the last break. Well, not last break, the break before last. So hopefully that's enough to keep you going. Chef.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Manana. Is that true?
The mention of manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
What's in that borscht you're making there? Point to the large pot.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Yes.
Borscht need more vodka?
Picks up the bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself.
Yeah. Turn the vodka up.
He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew.
Could I have some of that brew?
He smiles and nods enthusiastically and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup, then hands it to you.
Don't really need anything else. Stay masculine. Oh, we got a point, too. Alright, and we're done the quest, so yeah, I guess we just get to hang on to it. Like, we're not definitely not getting the Tommy Lahome one. I might attempt one more logic roll. That one's on the way, at least. Okay, yeah, it just works like other booze. That makes sense. Alright. Yeah, we'll swing by the church. Every time I keep walking through there like that. And it's useless. Oh, he is here. I forgot we'd highlight him individually.
Officer,
With a lowdown on Renee.
care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Might drop one more in my rhetoric. Where's Renee?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face.
Gone? Gone where?
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent.
Fair enough. How'd he die exactly?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it.
That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth. Something to keep in mind if you really plan to give yourself to Revachol.
You think your conversation about a shop pushed him to go out there?
Rene was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. the man was completely immovable.
Was he really that
I
bad?
repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around.
Now I gotta run back to the booth to get the
Like an
clothes
old
for
vibe.
what good they're gonna be.
The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that...
He falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears.
Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Something forgettable like see you tomorrow, probably.
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial.
Jesus.
That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Do you know what happened to his medals?
I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something.
Here, something to remember your friends by.
Let
Give him
me
the
see.
photograph.
This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young René looked so happy, and Jenny...
Eyes blurred with tears, he has to stop.
I'm sorry, officer. I just... Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo.
I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes. We are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
Too bad Renee's gone. I was hoping to ask him about the Maybells.
René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies.
Insulindian lilies?
That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests, and all that other stuff he loved so much.
Why didn't you like them?
There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communals. They called them the Bells of Revolution.
A sad smile passes his face.
I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinde. The royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
Alright,
Officer.
Union shot?
I just can't do this right now.
Okay.
The Union, it just doesn't matter anymore. Yes? What
Alright.
about René?
Yes.
Same thing,
It is,
condolences.
I
Okay.
just don't know anymore.
Regular law official. You've done it, Harry. Whatever else you are, you're also boring now. It was not easy. You spent most of your life trying to funk up every nook and cranny of your personality. When someone says something political, the first three thoughts in your head are a ludicrous hodgepodge
Oh, God.
of fascism, and stock tips. When they ask you why you did something, it's superstardom, apocalypse, or the mea culpas of the flagellant cop monk. It's not easy reaching for the fourth option, the normal one. But you have. And now, you're not just crazy. You're also boring.
-1 shivers. Oof. But all learning caps raised to 3. That's pretty good, actually. Not that we're going to earn many more points to dump in there, but... Alright, let's go grab the stuff. Can I shake him down for the sandwich after all that? I doubt it. I think we had to make one last attempt before we talk to him.
Oh, sorry, officer.
Yeah, I should have made the attempt before I asked him about Renee. Oh well. I'll dump that point in logic then. Or encyclopedia. I might go for the mirror thing. At least the guard booth is basically right on the other side of the office. It's not that far of a walk.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Rene Arnaud. Rene left his uniform neatly folded on the table. Take it. It's just there. Who cares? It's not like anyone's gonna need it. Generally speaking, it would be dishonorable to take it. But then, it looks like a military uniform, and wearing that is very honorable. So,
Authority is apparently all about soul and valor, which makes sense.
I suppose René is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though.
I'm done here.
Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colorful clothes, okay?
Curious what stats it boosts. I know we got it last time, but I never wore it then either. I think we already did Ravish Alienation Hood. Yeah. Oh.
wow, this jacket makes you feel strong. As if your blood is mixing with that of the venerable Philippian loyalists of old.
Mixing? Does my blood need mixing, or is it good as it is?
Apologies. You're right. The need for a strong central government has always been clear to you. You're a true patriot of Revachol, born to do it. It's time to clean up the streets and restore the city to its former glory. Whether you like it or not, this jacket gives you serious nationalist cred.
Alright, I'm just gonna go. Alrighty. Nothing but cop shit. Or wait, no, that takes us back to the thing. Alright. I'm just gonna do Ruby, honestly. Harry's supposed to be dumb as hell. Anything he's logicked out has been kind of a miracle. I guess this way I have a point I can dump into something for a check if I need to. If something looks really dire towards the tail end, then I really want to actually get it. You know what? Fuck it. One last distraction, at least it's on the way. Ish. Alright, logic closed me up. An attempt shall be made.
Yes, what is it?
Oh. Ours are actually pretty good. Not that I have any logic.
You don't have to.
Let's theorycraft.
Have. A long time ago.
Wait, how?
These thoughts formed in you somewhere in a long-forgotten discussion behind the kitchen table in the evening light. And a woman, she was there too. Her hair smelled of shampoo as she was smoking.
Suna, it's the origin of the point of the pail.
What?
The swallow. That's how it starts. It's baby pail.
But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
That comforts her.
No. We are 20 meters from the very edge.
She looks up into the darkness under the nave, then back at you.
Pail is only an effect. Transition between the world and that.
Then what is that?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing. No.
It's less than nothing. The final rest state for reality. Imagine if all this never was.
Then the Pale is...
Simply a gradient.
But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here, and the Pale is not.
One day, when it's larger, it will be.
I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. Like a cancer or a mole. Erupting in points inside the world.
This is one of those places.
According to this, how long?
Until it starts swallowing, it's already started. Starting with sound.
And information. Causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And also when or how it might start growing, or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data?
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM...
It didn't form in a church. Church formed around it.
Of course! A pine wood sarcophagus, or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers.
Yes, acting on an instinctual level, or religious practices we've forgotten.
I have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of provincial settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution, or repurposed before, during the suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but...
Uh-oh.
Some of them might. A black grain hanging in the air.
All the businesses in the doomed commercial area. All the failure in Martinez.
You think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here? Even, say, software development?
All the failed businesses and ideologies. There's something wrong here.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building. With amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers like the history. I told them.
She shakes her head. I should let people still working in there know about this. They might be affected.
You mean Plaisance and the dice maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up.
No, just the dice maker. I don't think Plaisance would survive the knowledge.
Then go tell her.
Okay. I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know.
An amateur anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add.
Yes, it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. One that's going to have to be proved by anthroponetic scientists.
One day all the world will be like that 2mm hole.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window, cold and moist.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest, some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound mad.
Probably lose a chunk of frames in there somewhere, but okay. Seem to still be good now.
Man, you will certainly sound mad.
One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
I have to check to see for a gap, I guess. Club's the only thing keeping this place and the rest of reality together.
I wouldn't go so far as to...
Yeah! Once the light is on in the universe, it will never go out!
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have anthroponetic detection to perform in this district.
Oh, I do have one mystery that still needs solving. Radio ghost in the Dune commercial area's doorbell.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that when we worked there, but I had completely forgotten about it ever since. It must be anthroponetic crosstalk, the one you get in radios and long-distance calls. Now it makes sense, with the pay right on the doorstep.
Well, now I gotta run all the way back town to talk to back to town to talk to Nea, but it's been a while, so
This would also explain why we get it
kinda
on
nice to
radio all the time.
get one last bit in with her.
It's quite common, actually.
Anthroponetic
When
crosstalk.
gets routed through Pale, all kinds of irregularities take
We're like right on top of an ad
You may hear
too. I don't know if we're gonna finish this conversation before it
or the
hits.
voice of your former lover, or an echo of an event that took place 100 years ago. Pale is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish to whom those memories belong to. You could hear anything.
That makes sense. Thanks for explaining that to me. Okay. Alright, and then yeah, I'm gonna run to Nia. I'll get my regular outfit back on. If the ad starts, all I'm doing is changing clothes, then we'll leave and take care of that. Or actually, let's see if I have any other roles here. Nope. Alright, I did a quick check and it didn't split up the files, so wherever we lost frames was hopefully scattered in a few different places, or in one place that might have been a brief disconnect. I didn't get like a dun-dun-dun disconnect noise, so should be alright. Anyway. I did check with the cell to see if any of her white checks were unlocked, but they're not. You don't really have points to burn at this point. Alright, press back up. I need the cops on it. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Niha real quick. And then for fuck's sake, let's find Ruby, get that taken care of. Try to remember if there's any other fallout to worry about. Wait, this way. Seeing if I hadn't tried clicking the sticks on the map, so was worth a quick shot. Yeah, I know Ruby Chat's a long one. And Grizzled Dude Chat's a long one. I forget if it was Ruby Showdown, Grizzled Guy. Or another way around. Wait, this isn't the Doom Commercial Center. This is. I don't think I need the flashlight to just find my way upstairs. I do need it for this part, though. Damn it.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
I think I found the actual source of the curse.
You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
Yeah, it's a bit more complicated than I first thought it would be.
I'm listening.
There's a 2mm hole in reality base located in a church on the other side of the canal. I think it may be related to Pale.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen killed the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident.
I do want to check it with the Pale driver very quickly.
Involved
Since
in
this is Pale related, I doubt there's going to be anything there, though. She appears to take this in while the chatter from her headphones continues unabated.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
What? No, I wouldn't go so far as to say the entire world is doomed.
Just Martinez?
She gives you a rueful smile and takes a look around.
In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't
Claim to understand it fully. Sorry, skip that. And as much fun as the whole Fortress accident spiel is, I'm not following up on it at this point. Real cop Harry would not give a shit. A lot of the extra shit I'm doing, he wouldn't give a shit about either, but at least some of it was all along the way. A lot of it wasn't, but some of it was. Alright, Pale driver. Ooh, alright. Oh.
The woman, girl child, you hear her.
Huh? What is it? What do you want?
Nope, nothing else. Okay. Alright. For real now. Let's get the Ruby thing done. So bad at getting out of this roundabout. Yoop. So yeah, we'll just save in the cavern way again. Tunnel, whatever. And there's a lot of chat as she yells at us and blasts us, so... I might also check with Kalasha one last time after we encounter Ruby, since she said she'd stay around, which I don't think I had the luxury of last time I played. Feet are fucking freezing, even with socks on. I don't know why I saved out there when I said I was going to save back here. I do appreciate that Kim gives you the heads up, like, last chance. Alright, let's party.
Suddenly,
there we go.
your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt.
I meant to say with the jacket, but whatever.
You hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
Cover your ears.
That's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the...
I forget if I had to pump any healing items when we did this before.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing...
Okay.
Tell her she's under arrest.
You're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
She turns the dial in her hand.
With a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
You gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
So your equations, it's the Ulan frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
That's right, it's got number stations going too.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeaters.
Thank you for subscribing to Pale Facts.
Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
Oof.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for
yeah, that's right.
compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break you loose.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
How'd you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
She nods towards her torture device.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Will I stay like this forever?
Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
More numbers. Sorry, I do like letting the radio stations play. Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Oh, Speed Freaks Radio got snuck in there. I totally forgot. Or didn't catch it the first time. It's the kind of folksy song at the end that got you there, Kim.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Alright.
There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
Oh. Apparently we got a +1 for having the sword equipped. We'll give him the chop chop. Why get exposition when you could do it?
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You're under arrest.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Uh-oh. What are you doing?
Problem solving.
She mutters.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
This probably isn't gonna work.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Why am I standing here like an idiot?
Because you've misread the situation from the beginning. And now her finger squeezes the trigger.
Come on, one idea. I need one idea.
Wait. Finally, it comes to you. A way to connect with her.
I know your pain. I've been let down by women too. Well,
she
that sure worked.
An incredulous grin.
It was also a shitty angle to go in from.
Sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
What do we just do?
Our job. It went really bad, and now we need to clean it up.
Okay. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
What if 2 guns? Yeah, if you let her go, she leaves with it, so... Cooking utensils. She prepared herself porridge with bananas. Dark water trails into the distance. There's no way out. Oh, barrel. Free drugs.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She was used to camping out. You see a rolled-up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Okay, let's carry the body over. Let's carry her over here.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines.
Oh, the blood seeping through, too. Jesus Christ. What's this
Assorted
stuff?
soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost-ish...
I think on my first playthrough, I got all the possible survivors.
...of radio enthusiast magazines.
Here and in the final fight, so... Let's for the magazines.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest.
I would put a content warning on the archive for this one, too.
It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
Hey, notebook.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
The plane...
Okay. Time to do a little light reading.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Let's check that cover out.
Of full grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller.
Unwind the strap.
Journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Handwriting check.
Cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too
Loopy, probably.
Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Flip through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
Well, that's handy.
We could learn a lot.
The fact that it's dated, I mean, what kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. The way some of those question marks trail off into ellipsis, she was going through a tough time. Staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smelled traces of betrayal.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Laylee died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely.
Except?
You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Look at the cover
The thick
again.
journal, bound in brown leather, is full of candor and diagrams.
Flip through the pages again. Most recent entry.
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, "Even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning."
I don't think she killed a mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed. Too bad we didn't really get to hear her side of the story.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks.
Right.
Don't get emotional.
Okay. What do you mean framed?
By the Hardy Boys? By Classier? By us?
And who do you think killed the merc?
Classier was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or...
I don't know.
Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Alright, well, they're not going to be thrilled that she ain't alive anymore. She's doing paintings down here, too? Fuck. Alright. Running back. You've already checked out the bedroom. That side interaction is just the whatchamahoo's it? Yeah, it's the way up to the roof. I can't remember if this turns into the tribunal or it's the one after, but about to find out. Just in case.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm.
I think my hand recognizes it.
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. Sheathe your sidearm, officer. A serious law official, cop by the book, should know to only unholster their service weapon when using it is unavoidable.
Okie dokie. Nothing more dumping points into,
Stop. Just up ahead.
Okay, it's time.
What you have isn't enough. You'll need more firepower. A ranged weapon. Be prepared. Make sure you have your pepper box.
I was like 5 steps away. 5 steps too early.
Your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pockets.
I'm not sure if you're ready for what lies ahead.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
Why not 2 guns?
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
There's a feverish gleam in his eyes.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Hold up. Just want to make sure I had the armor on. And I hadn't changed to a shirt otherwise before that. Otherwise, I'm not doing anything different. Yeah, we're good. Alright, let's do it for real now.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
There's a feverish gleam in his eyes.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right? Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him.
He's dangerous.
Shh.
Ten raises his left
This is a
hand.
misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
Her tone is frighteningly emotionless.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
She sounds very sure of herself.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it. Peaceful.
Sounds like the armored figure. It sounds like the armored figure is weeping.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
Lieutenant points to the helmeted figure.
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed.
Big one is the mercenary at the gates, the scab leader.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
He doesn't want to, but he must.
We're at a time. This is...
the Mercenary Tribunal.
Lieutenant nods. Stop! This is the police!
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing the balance for a moment, he staggers backwards.
Fuck!
See the word you make out? I can see you're drunk.
Yeah. Welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Get under his skin. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours? I'm barely keeping your hand from trembling here.
Right? Who's that? I didn't know you had a third guy.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer, Howen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
All of you cunts inside out.
What was that, Rude?
Rip you open.
The killer?
The gunner. The raddest. The killer.
Okay, so he's the gunner. She's the raddest. Oh, the radio operator, okay. And the killer. Okay.
What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21. About 50 little stick figures. All of them black, plus 2 little white ones in the end.
Oh, so he's racist too. He tends to the stables?
What are we waiting for? Let's blow that big fucking mouth off his face!
Hold your fire! Wait for my command.
He has chewed his lips bloody. This man has been under severe emotional pressure recently. He is not used to commanding or leading. He feels uncomfortable. He'd rather shoot to kill.
You're all drunk. Look at yourselves.
Yes. So what?
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or, like, drunker. You don't want to die sober, do you?
Your judgment's impaired. You'll regret this.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Woman's voice is furious.
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
The outburst is accompanied by yellowish saliva around his mouth. Alright? Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did that?
Someone else. Someone who's not here now.
How fucking convenient.
He gives you a drunken stare, then puts his hand on the gun.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
He was shot from a great distance. A sniper did it.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now, huh? How about the kid? Tell me, it's a magic fucking sniper one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Well, I got shitty logic, so she's probably dead.
Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver in the man's armored hand, swaying, pointed at her. You move your mouth like a fish gasping for air.
No, she wasn't even there.
He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle. The shot rings.
Of all the ones to lose, I was really hoping we could pull her through on this one.
The Hardy boys yell something.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Her white shirt soaks with blood red around her abdomen. She gasps for air. The man starts pulling something from his pocket.
There's a coarse shuffle against something. Is it a gun?
Gene! Turn to Lizzie! Now!
He'll be ripped apart. They all will. The moment the third man opens fire, and he knows it. He wants you to open fire on the mercenaries before he does. He's waiting for you and your partner to be the shield.
Wild Pines Rip does not approve of this.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
Wild Pines is not going to forgive you for massacring a bunch of innocent people.
The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes, a bull ready to charge. He's not listening, but looking for an opening.
I just realized all their pants match.
Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your hands. Do something else. Get him distracted.
She's gonna be mad when she hears about this.
She's fucking gone. She fucking sailed off. You're alone. Stay cool. How is she?
I'll be okay. I'll be...
Uh-oh. She puts her bloody hand on her heart and starts shaking.
She'll be gone soon, too. Company bitch is gone. Lally's gone. we still doing in this shithole?
He looks around, tired suddenly. Sad, even.
Guys, I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun.
Little guy breaks formation.
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this together.
They're afraid, all of them. Trembling reeds in the wind. They'll run, scatter soon, one by one. No, the rest will stay. They will hold their ground, even if it means dying here with you.
Where's Claudia? She could explain this.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left.
Of course she fucking did.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
What do you mean she left?
She left. Her room's cleaned out. Right before these assholes showed up.
We should have arrested her.
Lieutenant whispers his eyes still on the armed mercenaries.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one.
The veins in the man's neck expand as he yells.
She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this.
Okay. Stand there quietly. It's sad as hell. It's just getting begged to be shot. Alright. We'll tempt the rolls, but...
International something. International law.
Tribunals against the law, the international law.
Look around, you livestock. We're about to butcher the lot of you. Where is your international law?
That is kind of a knowing condemnation of the state of international law these days.
There will be ramifications, but there don't need to be. Let's go inside and discuss what our investigation has uncovered. We have important...
We're not fucking coming anywhere, Sailite.
It's a miracle no one got shot this time. Stop attempting to use your head. It won't work.
Alright, the hangman, if we can get it, it's useful.
Of course. Nope. Nothing bad will happen. Talk about his dead friend. He seems stable enough to take it.
I feel like I got to know your dead friend during our investigation.
Don't fucking talk to me about my brother, loincloth.
He squeezes the words out from between clamped lips, his hand on the pistol.
Okay, yes.
I did distract him, though.
Things are worse now. He's observing your every motion carefully.
Alright. Let's go and blast him.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion.
Look for the smoke rising from the barrel.
The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupt in violence, slow, like a waterfall in reverse.
Take a look at Kortenauer.
There's a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward.
Right to eat shit, I guess.
And disbelief, gurgling, muttering something unintelligible. His lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle.
Seeing this the second time, it gives it a...
His moves
gives you much more appreciation for the freeze frames and stuff.
Of the rifle sways slowly. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it. His eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens, focusing on you. 0.6 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots in the tip of the thick barrel, like a honeycomb. This is a knock cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in one pull of the trigger.
Great.
Is there anything we could use to protect this frail body? That gun will tear us to pieces.
Oh, I have the armor on.
Drunk fighters overcorrect. Move right, he aims further right. Get him to overshoot. A full suit of armor can't be too agile. You can shift direction faster than he can.
Kim, where's Kim?
From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude. He's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. In the background, the leader staggers. It's not easy. He has 0.4 seconds to do so. He won't make it. You're on your own.
Wiggle it.
You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks.
I cannot be killed. I've become immortal.
The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke for the next shot. Watch out. To your left. DePaul is about to take a shot too. At Kim.
God, please.
Lieutenant says quietly without trembling. He aims, face pale.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Him? Did he hit the rifleman?
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets.
Damn.
As Rude staggers back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet.
I don't know if he always hits that. I know you can get hit in the lead up to it.
An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
Who screams?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red
I
geysers.
forget that if there is a way to
You
avoid
see
that.
2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger.
Look him in the eye.
The look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on Earth.
Thought I had better reaction speed then.
He will do it.
I am wearing the armor though.
He is your end. Here it comes. Death.
Honk. Unless he headshots me, then I'm fucked, but...
You can't. There is no time. Something is...
Oh, that's right.
Your pelvis.
He hits where we don't have the armor.
Your entire lower body is on fire, and your
This happened last time too.
You fall down like a rat.
I think this check might actually be unbeatable.
The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Listen through the darkness and the pain.
The Hardy boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Let's check that lower body.
Slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
What are we missing?
Most of what's down there.
Oh, fuck.
It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening.
What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there.
Stay with me.
I shouldn't have called her. Now she hates me.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
Lieutenant pushes down on your wound, hard.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids...
I forget if it's authority or esprit de corps that
ever more distant.
Helps for this last one, but...
Cold comes over you.
I guess we'll find out in a minute.
Too is somewhere far away. Almost gone. When suddenly, you sense something behind him. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. Scream immediately. He's gonna die.
Okay, our authority's ripped. Yo, Kim, watch the fuck out.
No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles, and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun.
Kim still got it, even if I've been a complete shit the entire time and don't deserve it.
You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears. Like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
All right, sleepy time.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
No, looking back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His
Or that door.
body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead.
Sounds like fun.
Hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wound sleep.
Fun.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved.
Thanks, Volition.
Radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Clean sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets
This run especially. Well, I feel like I've been a little milder than I could be, but like even I can only be so much of a piece of shit, even pretend.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain. It's nothing. You're alive. That's what matters.
I'm alive.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
Lieutenant says he's in the middle of a freshly clean room. The fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. The room, it's clean.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
How long have I been out?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
Piss jacket, Kim. You took it off?
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
He wasn't wearing it. Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
What did you say? Sunrise?
Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Huh.
Isn't that written on your...
My gun, it's engraved on it.
It served you well.
Is it war today?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say.
He looks out the window.
I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay.
What happened?
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued.
He did?
Yes. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged.
I dodged.
Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They
Oh, I
both
like
died
Theo.
before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain, and the musician. I forget his name.
Eugene?
Yes. He's still alive, too.
Mm-hmm.
You were bleeding out by then. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, the Pole, before she got a jump on me.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened.
Alright, Lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it. Bitter smell fills the room. But you only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
And they're all dead? All three of the contractors?
The Pole was the last to die. Everhart had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate.
Why?
Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe...
He breathes in the fumes, thinking.
Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know.
How many casualties on the Union side? Total.
4. Glenn, Theo, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets.
There's a pause.
And Elizabeth too. Elizabeth Beaufort was her name. The gardener.
She didn't make it?
No, she bled out before Everard's surgeon could help her.
That's what I figured.
Everard sent his personal doctor, but a costly loss for the Union. She was being trained for leadership.
Did all I could there.
I know you did. It's all right.
That's right.
And that's...
all.
It's a total shit show, Kim.
Yes, officer. 6 people are dead. It's not a success.
7.
+1. Ruby.
But what's done?
8.
The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
He smiles.
His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
How bad am I hurt?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome.
Can I walk?
We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor.
I'm a psycho-locomotor.
Good. You'll need to be. Whatever that is.
Anyone from my station been to see me?
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says.
They don't care about me at all.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Oh, you haven't seen any, have you?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
If not my station, then who treated me?
I did.
I didn't know you could do that.
It's part of a detective's task chain. You can do it too.
Actually, you can. You can even remove a fractured bullet, it seems.
You hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me.
Okay. Let's try to get up. Then I believe we plunk back down. I gotta go to ad after that. And then we'll push through the ending for an hour and a half. Lieutenant, turns double again before your eyes. Aren't you a pain?
You can take it. Just don't lean on that leg of yours too heavily. Your balance is way off. You feel like you're about to fall over on that thing.
How are you?
Ugh.
The lieutenant looks at you, teetering on your feet.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
Good, because I totally do.
Do you? Because we can't talk to Everard. The harbor's in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Joyce has left too, thanks to our meddling.
Alright, all you missed when if you missed anything when the ad cut in was Kim saying that the harbor's locked down and that Joyce left. You don't think it was a good idea? Forgot to tab back in again. Kind of wish I could grab something more snacky than just candy cans, because I could use something to eat.
I don't know what to think. It might not have been a bad idea. There is a pin somewhere in the machine. Something is keeping Connell from sending in a death squad.
He looks out the window.
Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Claudia too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Wait, you checked? She's really...
Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up.
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hangman?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
The fucking Maybells, Kim. The flowers.
What?
Yeah, get out and show the dried flower while it falls to pieces. This one, remember?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out.
I don't know. That's been there for years.
The goddamn footprints.
Yes. God curse the footprints. Not solving the case for us. Au diable.
There's still a 28% possibility the shot came from a distance.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
See? There's that. You can do ballistics.
An antique bullet from a Bell McGraw 446 millimeter. How hard can it be to find one? How hard can it be?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
There are all these old bunkers and weapon caches. Revolutionary.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
Something is creeping out there. I can sense it.
What is?
Something.
Something.
It does not sound like he's enthused about this something. Simple, we have to locate communism. Communism killed him.
I'm afraid we may not be able to locate communism, Detective, on account of it being dead.
You sure? I see communism everywhere, telling us what to think, Stefan. Ow, my leg hurts.
Ideology does not have anything to do with the murder investigation at hand. I'm sorry, it does not.
And what do I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is hard.
It really is very hard.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
Not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
Let's limp.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar cold, a red thread on the roof upstairs. Taut, plucked like a string by the gust.
You should check Collage's room upstairs.
Why not?
He extinguishes the cigarette on the sole of his boot.
Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Look, the door's open. You walk right into Kim's room. See gleaming white enamel. No bottles inside. Newly replaced glass shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside. Back in the world again.
The bed's a little nicer now. You could get a good night's sleep here.
No time to rest yet.
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
I guess they don't change that even when it gets fixed.
Off again.
Stereo player's been reunited with its right speaker.
The bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean. You see the reflection of your face in the mirror, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
The reinforcement of the idea that the fascism for a cop is normal. Alarm set for 6:50 a.m. Ooh, pardon me. What? Medicinal supplies in the cupboard. Mercurochrome, a scalpel, antibiotics.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases.
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
Alright. Thought it was dead for a moment.
Back there on the plaza, I think you very nearly had a heart attack. Alcoholism has damaged you more than bullets have. We should go.
I could probably put the guns away. I guess we gotta go around the long way. Ah, its leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Looks like she left something on the table.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines.
I forget if I found this.
In large,
first playthrough.
Just as the writer was
I keep saying that, but
out the door.
It's the only point of reference I've got, so.
See you at the return. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S.
Okay, I do remember the gift upstairs.
A gift?
What could this gift be? The lieutenant turned to the staircase suspiciously. Already signs of another presence in the shadows above.
I am not drawing my gun. Yet. But I don't like gifts.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
Seems she lives in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
You look at her rough, jagged handwriting on the note. She was in a rush, but not panicked. Deliberate. Focused.
We got the drugs out of here earlier, so yeah, alright. Kim, you're killing me. There we go. Trying to see what the little cloth-like item was on the stairs there. Red thread. Made an eyeline. Leads out of the room and onto the roof.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes. A man and a woman. Only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Lieutenant tests the thread with his fingers. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
Where does the thread lead?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime, the island in the bay.
She's trying to tell us the shot came from the islet?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
There are ruins on that islet, sunk at Seafort. Saw through the coin-operated viewer.
I remember.
He looks out the window and onto the bay. How'd she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
This is her way of saying she's sorry.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make?
It's also the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
You seem unenthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything.
Maybe we need to go to the island? Wind blows in from the open window. Lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower.
I remember an anti-aircraft gun, or the ruins of one on the island, from the coin-operated viewer.
Could be the makings of a sniper's nest.
He nods.
Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of thing.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island.
He takes a second to gather himself and
How do
says,
we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Leah and the nitpicker. She's starting her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Right tied to the antenna. That's it. Okay. Wait, no, my, like, what's the lowest thing? Drama or encyclopedia? We'll put one in drama, why not? At this point, I'm kind of resigned to whatever my loadouts become. Oh, no, 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 no. Stairs.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
Could have used some more work. After all, I just took a bullet for this place.
Really cool, man. Yeah. Entitlement. Everybody likes that. Everybody likes an entitled person who doesn't know how to...
He does have Harry's ass there.
You know, I was about to congratulate you on your great aim, but seeing as you're already so special, I'm not going to. Someone has to be pedagogical around here. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. I'm not gonna let you ruin it for him. This establishment supports cops.
Gross.
Even cops like you.
He thinks it weak to renege on the courtesy he already decided to pay you. Moral superiority is important to him.
Clearly.
Thank you, sir. And he appreciated the clean room, by the way. He just likes to act like he doesn't.
Well, anyway.
Where'd everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
Are Leader and Morel still in town?
Ah, them. Nice people, but no. Lena said they were going back to Jamrock. I saw them pass by outside. This was before the fight started.
Good!
I'm glad she got out of here before all that. Bullets flying and stuff. People inside were quite terrified, you know. I had to take action and step outside, too.
Well, we weren't done looking for the Phasmid.
I mean, you're a detective. Perhaps you can track them down. Shouldn't be that hard.
Also, allegedly possible?
Exactly, but all in due time. Crypto business is not a priority right now.
You'll see her
Fair enough.
one day. You know it. Things went like they did for a reason.
Oh, fine, hero cop. Lena left a forwarding address. 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. If you see them again, do give them my best.
Seeing the disappointment in your face, he relents. What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Okay, I have to mention when it happened. You were right out there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a badass.
He nods, trying to remain aloof.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Yeah, I guess you are a badass.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I die.
Jesus. Alright, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Alright.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
He looks at you with unmistakable respect.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
He extends his hand.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
No need to thank me, just doing my job.
Well, cheers, anyway. Copper.
Sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Lizzie and Angus, they were just stupid kids. Didn't realize the shit they got into before it was too late. I feel responsible for both. For all of them, really. And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Hold on, what about that Shanky fella?
Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him. He'd better run real fast now. Real fast.
Titus makes no attempt to hide his disgust. Grief-stricken anger boils in him.
They were good people. Sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right?
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Or you might die of a heart failure. Or syphilis.
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now?
First, we're gonna find Dennis.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
Your guy, your responsibility. Do what you feel is right.
The lieutenant shakes his head, but doesn't say anything. Go ahead then. Maybe they'll only break his legs.
We're hunting that rat down. Let it be known what happens to cowards. And then...
He thinks for a moment.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy.
That's how we find out Leo's bloodthirsty.
Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows. And maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
You know what happened to Claudia?
Don't know. Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her?
Same here, man.
He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, Pope Monica visiting Chandro. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebach.
Hell.
You just know Elaine's making hand motions too.
Company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
So long, fellas. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Chambro.
We didn't even get like the paranoid bent about
They say.
Harry worrying he's a corrupt cop. Like he's owned by the gangs.
And if you ever
I'm about to have to step in like that line of fire. Sorry about that.
holding you back, I've got a few vacancies.
You'd make one hard, hardy boy, Copper.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
Our team could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, Capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, because the Hardy boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Beano Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Alright. Something about the return.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
The return?
So did he do with the return clause he was waiting for?
Could be. In Ravachol West, someone somewhere is always whispering about Le Retour. It's an aerograffito, meant for coalition aerostatics in the lower troposphere.
That's a cool term. I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Step back, Lieutenant. Set the graffito on fire with a cigarette.
Oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. The falling snow turns to vapor above the burning message.
I did not know you could do that.
With the black smoke.
You've been policed, Martinez.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
Lovely. Okay, that's all island stuff that's left.
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire. What kind of a policeman are you?
Firewalker. I walk in the flames.
That's nice. Better somehow. Can I help in any way?
See. I can't get in, but I can just talk to... Is Measure's head still out there?
Stares at you with respect. Then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Yeah, I got shot. No big deal.
Yet you live. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace. You have a true boyadero heart.
Right. So, where is everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being.
Can't help me get inside?
No, man. Not today. Today is war.
He says it matter-of-factly, like it's no big deal.
What's gonna happen next?
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
He gives you a small wink. What will you be doing now?
I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red I am.
He surveys the red flag straight from the harbor gates.
Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live.
Trying to get shot, eh?
I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend.
His grin is as wide as the desert. Even the lorry driver's tucked away somewhere, damn. It's probably not thrilled that Ruby's dead on top of everything else.
My man, you're alive. Almost.
I kept calling Rosie for most of the thing. Alright, oh. I've been better.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
Still looking around, loose threads to tie up.
Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
By the way, you're not angry with me anymore?
Fuck it. I'm a bad guy now. There's things more important than holding a grudge. It's okay. You've been through enough. We are what we are. And you're a cop.
Oof. That's cold. Right, a few questions before I go.
Shoot.
It was Ruby.
Didn't mean it like that. Ask away.
But the lady driver on my investigation, she's called Ruby.
Okay.
Seems a little apprehensive.
Him is a really bad idea. The lieutenant throws you a quick glance. What are you doing?
She slipped away. Don't worry.
Oof. Good on her. And good on you, too. Better focus your efforts on the bad guys. Mercs and such. Plenty of baddies to go around. And she didn't do it, believe me. If it's something bad, then she didn't do it. Didn't know her for long, but I know people.
All right. That's enough sharing details about the investigation for one day.
One last swing at it. Nope.
No. Just no. I can already see it's failed, and I'm stopping it now. Until you have good...
You've tried at least twice, I think, so...
No poetry. This guy has amazing willpower. Honestly, he's the only one of that intellectual bunch I trust.
Alright. That's all for now. Any word from Kuno?
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool.
Who's saying that?
People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. So I guess that's what's cool now. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Feels good for some reason.
Watch out, pig. It's a dangerous world out there. But Kuno's got his eyes on you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Who knows?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more book?
Nope, nothing extra there. Cindy already pieced out.
Wow!
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is?
What is that?
Cool. That's cool.
Start with a little.
Get the money at the end of it all.
Work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Yeah, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Because you need to solve the biggest case in the history of criminal sciences.
See this island over there? And money fund an expedition there. It's important for this case.
Oh, I like expeditions. And I like you. I can give you 10 real.
Corruption.
10 nods calmly and says,
It's just like bus or seagull. A kid watching out of a window describing things going by.
My dad saying cow.
Too much. But what do you do?
When you drive by a farm.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100%.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph.
Super cool.
The sneakers seem to vibrate in your...
The junk is yours, officer. Happy listening. Try not to hurt your ears with that Samaritan garbage.
Like, we're not going to get the money for the light at this point, so...
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics.
Well, someone has to.
So it goes. Now, what can I do for you?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
700.
A bargain? No, it's not.
The light, well, the most...
Okay, that checks out.
Try to go over the same responses. Apparently there's no saving the whole fucking town discount. There were probably a couple of people like inside places who I could have talked to, but eh. At this point, I kind of just want to hit up Doom Spiral, Lillian, and... Oh wait, we need to talk to Lillian anyway. She's our ticket to the boat.
Man, you're like bleeding now. Reality's really messed you up.
Nope, nothing extra there. Or extra the input, buddy. I really don't want to drink a third caffeine, but I might have to. I guess I need to buy more next week, but whatever.
Hello, mister.
Nope.
Bye.
Nothing new there. I don't remember if I stopped at the church before the end of the last one. I'm gonna check the building first. Scoot over to the church for anything new, then hit up Lillian, get to the island, and then, like I said, grind another 2.5 hours of an old guy talking too much. Okay, so they're not there anymore. That's fine. Starting to fade, though. I might just save it for tomorrow night at this rate. We're so close, though, relatively. And I mostly remember what to do, so we won't be wandering around too much once we get there.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance!
ETS is over to you, moving in a slightly less lame manner.
Goodbye, officer.
Harkop.
She nods to you with respect and turns off her recording device. Got shot in the leg.
Ouch. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your thing or something. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know.
Muscle memory.
Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man, that must suck.
A little bit.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Yes, what is it?
Any respect from Egg?
Welcome to Rebel Show! Yeah!
Nope. Okay. Let's hit up Lillian and get out of here.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I got shot.
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
Guess you were right. None of the guns were coming for me after all.
I'm not sure those were the loss of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer.
Then we'll be ready for them.
Goodbye. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the island and then I'm going to call it a stream.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
You seem angry. Why?
Look at you. You can barely walk.
It's nothing.
Doesn't look like nothing. Looks like you've got banged up real good. What happened?
It's nice to know she cares.
We heard gunshots from the town. They were closer than usual.
Eek.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You didn't only get shot.
I dodged the second shot. I could also get not shot.
Well, good for you.
She's the other guys. 2 dead, 1 in the hospital.
So you're a killer. That's good, I guess. I guess. Better than being dead.
Those cops are killers.
Aye. I bet they are. The good ones, at least.
Best ones to kill other cops. Anyway, I have a question.
Of course.
We need to get to that.
Help you with something.
Yep. We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
2 days of sunshine. I just got a bacterial infection.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. We sad to lose the first one.
That's cool. You boasting your bacterial infection like that.
What's on that island? I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
Said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place?
Oh yeah, that's right. They have some facts too.
Right?
Be my guest. They have a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright. Can you borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
Alright, we found a rock.
See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff.
She's still totally on my home too. I love it. Thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Be seeing you. Alright, let's go talk to the kids. Get on that boat.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right?
On that island?
The one who's busy kicking his stone points to the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire.
Make a fire?
Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
And then?
There are lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Oh.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
Someone lives on the island?
No.
The boy answers, shaking his head vehemently.
Yes.
His brother looks at him, then at you.
Let's go with yes.
Alright, Lieutenant raises his eyebrows and whips out his notebook. Why is he the fire guy?
Because
Boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
Fair enough. Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
The other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier.
Because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces.
You mentioned something about lights?
I don't know.
That's one of them. It's hard to tell which one now.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
He points to the streetlight.
Yes.
The boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times.
The other nods.
He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
First one pauses to think, then comes to some kind of conclusion.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
They say almost in unison. How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go out to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself.
Jesus. We got the same hit last time, and it doesn't take the edge off. His brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's about to start crying.
Dull pain flashes through your mind.
I'm sorry.
Don't say nothing. The one says the other, rubbing his brother's shoulder affectionately. Is that all you know? Is there anything else you can tell me about the island? The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights. Fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Alright, take care, kids.
skiff
Oh, we're absolutely busting out the jams of the way too.
floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you.
I think I might back out and make a save real quick.
Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Again, at this point, I don't care that much about any of this, but... Alright. Everything else wraps up on the island, so... Let's rock.
Floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Once you get... Have you... Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
You heard me. Don't make me repeat myself.
Fine. Why not?
He shrugs.
Very cool. Now tune it to Sad FM. You know you want to.
Let's go. We'll just end on boombox times. I mean, I get copyright tagged on, not on Twitch, but on YouTube every time, so I don't care what music we're playing. If it gets muted, though, I'll be a little annoyed, but I don't think it did last time. And I'm going to go take a nap, and hopefully I can wake up and figure out whether I'm going to split this into 2 or not. I do gotta set an alarm for like midnight though, so I can get a couple things in I still need to do for the day. And yeah, then we'll just pencil in a stream for tomorrow to again do the last section. It should be super bad. I mean, it's probably gonna be 2.5 hours, because I remember talking to the guy on the island took forever. I do love that you get the full view of the church on this too. But yeah, consider this a makeup for yesterday's and today's streams. I think I will split it since it was supposed to be 2 days worth. We've got a lot of other sections that were 3.5 hours. A couple that were like 4 or 5, but this is fitting the standard length we've set by accident. So, I'm down. I'll be starving when I wake up too. If I try to cook something, I'm gonna fall like asleep before it's done and then wake up to a handful of burnt soup remains.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then, There's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Let's go. Alright, yep, next time, island times. So, sometime tomorrow after work.